Greetings, Chef here again. I apologize for being late on this video. Um, I know that I got the other two out pretty quickly, but past week's been pretty crazy. I'm here today to talk about my first impressions on yet another new Cyber Dragon monster. Here's hoping for even more Cyber Dragon cards, preferably another rank 5. Um, So this is Cyber Dragon Vier, and this one's interesting, right? So I'll read off its effects and stuff to you first. So Cyber Dragon Vier, level 4 light machine effect monster, attack 1100, defense 1600. You can only use this card's names to effect once per turn. This card's name is treated as Cyber Dragon while it is on the field or in the graveyard. Great that they're keeping up with that. We really need it. If you normal/special summon Cyber Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. All Cyber Dragon you control gain 500 attack and defense. So, the last effect, that all Cyber Dragon you control gain 500 attack and defense, is kind of like, It's sort of minuscule. Like I said, like, Cyber Dragons don't need more attack power. It is kind of cute because it means that when you summon this thing, it'll have the reverse stats of Cyber Dragon, and it'll have 1600 attack and 2100 defense, whereas Cyber Dragon has 2100 attack, 1600 defense. So that's kind of cute, but other than that, I like that it bumps Dre up though, which this card really is meant to work with Cyber Dragon Dre. Which I'm not currently running, but I'm definitely gonna try and run it with Vier, because the biggest problem for me with Dry is if they affect Valorant, your turn is just completely over, as opposed to like Chronomaly Golden Jet, which is also searchable in the deck via Repair Plan. If they like affect Valor that, right? Or ghost over that, your turn's not necessarily over. You can still go into things that aren't machines, so there's still like a chance. Whereas when they do that to Dre, you're just kind of fucked. There's just nothing you could really do after that point, most of the time. But this, much like Hertz, chain blocks. It's not as good as Hertz, and it doesn't have as much practicality as Hertz, and it doesn't search out like Hertz does. It's not a machine dupe target like Hertz is. Hertz really is just a real gem. That's why we call it the Lord and Savior. But that does not mean that this card is not good. It's good. It's just it's hard to live up to Hertz. But yeah. So the way you chain block with this, right? Like, you like normal summon Dre, right? And because all of the Cyber Dragons that you really use are treated as Cyber Dragon on the field and in graveyard, when you summon the Dre, its effect will go off to make everything on the field level, all those Cyber Dragons on the field level 5, right? So you'll normal summon Dre, his effect will activate, and then you'll go, that's Chain Link 1 or whatever, and then you go to like Chain Link 2, Vier, they can no longer affect Valor like Ghost Ogre and stuff, like you can chain block. The summon of Dry and his effect. Yeah. So that's neat. I have to say I'm really digging the purple on this Cyber Dragon card. It's really nice. And that's about all I really have to say about Vier. There's not too much to talk about with it. It's nice that if you have this in Dry, you get that immediate rank 5. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it, though, because I don't really use Dry. And that's where this card is at its absolute best. If they come out with another, like, good rank 5 machine, like solid rank 5 machine, then I'm definitely running this in Dre. Like, definitely no questions asked, will be running them. But until then, I'm not entirely sure how much I'm gonna run this. If you're playing the like a power bond build, like I imagine you definitely run it. Mine builds a rank 5 build though. And there's just not a lot of good rank 5 machines. It's really just Nova and Zenmayo. Um, but yeah, those are my initial impressions of Cyberdragon Vier. I can't wait to actually get my hands on it and be able to test it and use it in different builds of Cyberdragons, especially with Dre, which it's clearly meant to work with and have a lot of synergy with.